Hey, what's going on guys? It's Jordan from Just Tesla, and today I'm making an unfortunate video. I'm making a video after day one of finding out that someone dinged the car with their car door in a car park, and also to find a scratch on the side of the car door already. So yeah, let's just jump into the video. On Sentry Mode because, ironically, when I got the car home from the delivery centre, within about an hour I was already paranoid about the vehicle being at the front of the studio. So I wanted to get Sentry Mode activated, and to do that there's a few little steps you have to take, there's a few things you have to buy, but it's a thing you can set up pretty quickly and you can nip out to your local shops and buy the things you need to do that. So I was in the process of making a video on that. I'm already slightly paranoid about the Tesla, but we're gonna head over to Argos to buy a USB 3.0. It has to be a fast USB stick to set Sentry Mode up. So that's what we're gonna do now. We're heading out to the shop. And I was filming with William, my brother from Mulligan Brothers, and I asked him to go to the side of the car to have a look around the vehicle, and he noticed a scratch. So he noticed a mark. Not something we'd noticed on pickup, and it wasn't like someone had keyed it, but there's a mark there. So we made this whole video, this huge video about Sentry Mode, and I never finished it because of what had happened. We're just in the process of filming a Sentry video, and I just mentioned that if the battery's low, Sentry Mode isn't going to work.
If you have low charge, Sentry Mode will not be activated, so it won't work.
Now our battery is quite low, so Sentry Mode's not been working just as I parked into this shop. And as we got back out the shop, I says, William, will you just check to see if they've hit the door? And as William's checked, we've noticed a scratch on the side of the car, quite a deep scratch. I set the Sentry Mode on delivery day, and we was making this video about 2 or 3 days later. So it had Sentry Mode from the moment we bought the vehicle just about to the point of finding the mark. So then I had to go through the Sentry Mode footage. So a quick tip on how to scroll through the footage, this is the way I did it. So what you want to do is download VLC. So I had VLC on the computer already, and basically you want to load all your files that you have, and then you want to do a search. So this is in Mac, you want to do a search, and you want to search where the damage is. So the damage was on the passenger side, so they're all named by the cameras and the dates and times, so they're all in order. But when you've got, so every 4 or 5 clips is front, rear, so every 4 clips is front, rear, side, side, and it goes front, rear, side, side, front, rear, side, side, all the way through. So to find the clip's really hard. What you want to do is go into Finder, open up Finder, type in left or right or front or rear, and you'll have all the front and left clips. And then what you're gonna do is drag all of them, highlight all of them, sorry, and then right click and play in VLC. So then you can just watch it in VLC. Now it's better to be able to pinpoint when it happened, which is usually the case. With noticeable damage, it's usually the case. Now with this mark, it was quite small, so it could have been, it would have been missed. It could have easily been missed. So I wasn't 100% sure when it had happened. So I go through all the footage, I watch all the footage. It took forever, but I did it. So to my horror, day one, I'm doing these clips. So I thought I've got massive hours and hours ahead of me. Day one, and we parked up, just after I bought all the Sentry Mode stuff and plugged it all in, I parked up at a Morrison's shopping centre, grocery shop, and we leave the car, walk off, drive home, nothing happened. Didn't think anything of it. When I'm reviewing this footage, on that day one, the first time I parked in a car park, a Nissan Leaf owner drives right beside it, and I'd made sure I'd parked quite far away so there wasn't anyone else parking near the car. A Nissan Leaf, he parks right beside it, and his wife opens the door and bangs it into the car. And I couldn't believe it. So, I mean, you probably thinking I'm exaggerating, so I'll put the clip up and you can make your own thought on it. So they pull up, She opens the door, she opens it a little bit, opens it a bit more, and then boom. Now, I'm aware that she didn't do that hard and it's resting against the car, but it still hurt me deep in the heart. It really hurt. I just thought to myself, especially from another EV owner, so a Nissan Leaf owner, I thought the respect, you know, the camaraderie we have as EV drivers did not care. And I'm aware that it wasn't that hard, and it wasn't malicious either. By the looks of it, it wasn't malicious. And it happens in car parks all the time, but I've never ever opened my door and hit another car in a car park, ever. At the very least, if it's very tight, I'll put my hand on the door as I open the door, so it's my hand touching their car, not the car door. Just put your hand there, just be more careful. It could have resulted in a mark, it didn't, luckily. It could have resulted in a mark, and it's got me so worried. If this is happening on day one, what is gonna happen if I own the vehicle longer than a day? Oh, this is the moment, again, let me put it up on screen for a second. This is the moment after one day, the car already getting hit by another car door. And I know some people will probably think like it's over the top. I've never had a nice car before, so it was a bit upsetting to see that somebody had in my opinion, a slight lack of respect. Not that it's like, oh, it's a fancy car, so I should respect it. It's somebody's car, so I should respect it. It's like I wouldn't open my car door on a Nissan Leaf. Even my old cars, my bangers that I used to drive around, I would never ever open that car door on another banger, never mind a Nissan Leaf or a Model 3. I would never ever do that. So I was devastated. Now, I am probably being over dramatic, but this was a day one car, brand new, paintwork was fresh. So I was a bit devastated. I go out to the car, check the car, and I realise that is on the driver's side. No marks whatsoever, not a single mark, and obviously it wasn't the biggest hit, so she didn't actually damage the car. It wasn't her who did it. The mark was on the left-hand side. So anyway, back to the mark on the passenger side door. So, I'm trying to pinpoint when it happened. The only time I really fully inspected the paintwork was when I washed it. So the vehicle was a little bit dirty from the drive back from Birmingham, and I thought I'll just wash it straight away. So I gave it a little jet wash and a pressure wash. And it was the morning after that, I noticed the mark. I know I didn't hit the car, didn't hit the vehicle with the pressure wash. I was so paranoid about how far I was. I wasn't actually getting much power on the car either. So I continued to go through the footage, going through the footage for hours and hours and hours. I watched every single clip on that left-hand side, and nobody hit the door. Nobody made a mark on it. I start to realise that there's no way that the mark was made by somebody. I've looked at the mark a little bit more. Again, let me know what you think. I'll put the mark back up on clip on the screen. It looks as if, I thought it was a key mark, but it's not that someone's keyed it. It looks like a heavy piece of machinery or a piece of machinery has hit that car door, just very slightly hit that car door, either knocked up or hit down. It's very deep, so it must have been something heavy. I really do think after a while that it happened in manufacturing. And unfortunately, it's not something I picked up on delivery day. I've looked through the photos, but it is such a small mark, it really could have gone missed. Now, unfortunately for us, I'm going to make another video on this. We don't actually have the Model 3 right now. So right now there's actually Model S outside. We made quite a lot of content with the Model 3, so I'll be uploading that prior to explaining the situation of what's happened. But Tesla are looking at the mark right now, and she did say to me it's something that could have been missed. So they're going to have a look into it for me. Luckily for me, one thing I did purchase on day one as well, and I completely recommend it now after going through the situation. I did purchase scratch insurance. We're going to see what Tesla do with it, obviously, but we have got scratch insurance. These are my top 5 tips when first getting the Tesla in terms of security. I really do recommend getting your Sentry Mode set up day one. As soon as you get it, day one. You just don't know if it's going to happen. You don't know. And if you're like me and you've decided for the first time you're going to upgrade a vehicle and you're buying this is the first nice car you ever had, get that Sentry Mode set up. It's peace of mind. And number 2, inspect the vehicle when you get to the Tesla delivery center. I said this in a previous video, and I don't think I put it in, but that was the one mistake I made on delivery day. I didn't inspect the vehicle. I was so wrapped up into the excitement of getting the Tesla that I didn't even check the boot I didn't do any of the normal car stuff. I didn't check the boot, the tires, the condition of the vehicle. I literally sat in the car, we went through the app, and I signed off some paperwork and we drove off. And that was my only criticism of delivery day. I should have mentioned it. That I really do feel like they maybe should not even ask. They should just say, right, now we'll inspect the vehicle and you can say that you're happy with the vehicle. Scratch insurance. I really recommend it. I've not used it yet, so I'll tell you about like how great the service is or how poor the service is. I'm really hoping they do a good job. I was recommending these people, so hopefully that's all right. But scratch insurance is, again, another little peace of mind for you. I recommend, even though it didn't really work for me, that if you're parking in a car park and you're precious about your car, you will always notice that the nicer cars, like if you see a Ferrari in a car park, he's not parked near the front, he parks right at the back. If you see a nice car, they usually park right at the back, away from everybody. Number 5. This is just my thing, this is my takeaway, and again, you can say that I'm wrong, that's fine. I will respectfully disagree, but when you do park next to someone in a car park, just be mindful of opening your door, just be careful, like, put your hand on the other side. Just, you know, somebody else's property. I know I'm talking about me, but I've always been like that. And it's somebody else's property. Like, just even if it's the cheapest car in the world, you don't know if they've spent every last penny on that, and they don't want a single more marks on it or whatever, any more marks on it. So you don't know what the situation is. Moving on from this, we filmed the Sentry Mode video. So I was creating the Sentry Mode video. So today, the video I want to make about is just based around Sentry Mode. So Sentry Mode is a security for your car. It's a way it records any activity that goes on around the car. It uses 4 cameras from around the car. So it uses your dash cam, it uses the 2 side cameras, and it uses the rear camera. And when someone approaches the car and activates those cameras, it goes into Sentry Mode and it starts recording. So as you approach the car, when Sentry Mode is activated, the headlights flash briefly and the brake lights flash briefly, and on the screen as it's happening will be displayed that it's Sentry Mode. So if somebody was looking into the vehicle, someone was thinking about stealing something from the vehicle, or they were just interested in what's inside the vehicle, it will say on the screen that they are being monitored through Sentry Mode. And after a while, if they persist on looking in the vehicle, eventually, apparently, loud music's supposed to play. First thing we did when we parked the car, I got the car, drove down from Birmingham. Within about 40-50 minutes, I was back at the studio and the car was parked outside. And literally instantly, I was panicking about somebody accidentally scratching it or someone vandalising it quite quickly. So quickly that I headed out to the shops and I bought a memory card. So this is the memory card that I purchased. It's a SanDisk memory card. It's 128 gigabytes, ultra flare USB 3.0. And this seems to be doing the job for me, but on a couple occasions when Sentry Mode's been triggered, I have had messages that it struggled to save the clips or save some of the clips. So I will be upgrading from this, so I still don't think this is fast enough. What I'm gonna do is put up on screen the exact memory card that everybody recommends. Go onto your computer with this plugged in, and you need to format it to the correct file. If you've got a Windows computer, you want to do it in FAT32. If you've got a Mac, do it in MS-DOS. I don't know if that's how you say it, but that's what you want to do. So you need to go into, I only know for Mac computer, you need to go onto Disk Utility, select this, and then you need to format it as MS-DOS FAT, MS-DOS FAT. And what you need to do is go onto the memory card itself, open it up as normal in Finder, and then you need to right click and create a new folder, and you need to call it Tesla Cam. Under here, there's 2 USB slots, and you get your USB and just plug it in there. We go on to safety and security. So you just press Sentry Mode on or slide it over, And then dash cam, this is fantastic. Once you've got that plugged in, you want to do save clips with a honk. As soon as you press that, it saves the clip. That is Sentry Mode activated. So when you're at home and you want peace of mind that your Tesla is actually recording and it's in Sentry Mode, go to the Tesla app, open it up, and now obviously we're in the vehicle at the moment, but you go on to controls and you make sure that Sentry Mode's clicked on. That's Jordan from Just Tesla, and remember, subscribe please.